Hello students, welcome back to reasoning sessions. Here we are going through a series of mental ability tests, and today we are going to deal with our second chapter, that is coding decoding. Here we are going to understand the basic concept behind the coding and decoding, and then we'll look for few questions which cover almost each and everything and every kind of question that you are going to get during the exam. So we are starting with what exactly coding means. So we'll definitely understand the meaning of coding and decoding. Coding is a method of sending a message to the receiver such that the third person does not receive or does not understand anything. These messages are coded in the form of symbols or in a certain manner that the third person is not able to understand. So for that we use certain language, certain rules. They are called as decoding. So here I'll cover each and every type of decoding that we are going to get during the exam time. Okay, so starting with the first type, we are broadly classified as letter to letter coding. So here we are going to have questions which are related to alphabetical letters, either A, B, C, D, and they'll be coded as in the form of some other letters. Okay, so letter to letter is going to be our one. The second is going to be letter to number. These kind of questions are going to based on the place values of a letter, which will be represented by a numerical value. Let's say take an example for that. The first one is A. We all know that A's place value is 1. In the similar manner till goes to last, that is Z. The Z's place value is 26, right? And the third is to code letter or a word in puzzled form. So we are going to get these kind of questions as well. The fourth one is the code to some object in puzzled form. Object form में, like we have questions in the form of objects to code as per table form or column form. So we have both kind of things, either it is in table form or it is in column form. So I'm starting with the first kind of questions. So with each and every question that we are doing, we are going to learn some new concept. So our main agenda is to learn the concept behind the question. Okay, so starting with the very first question, that is, first I'll read the question, then I'll explain the concept, then we'll move to the answer part. If in any code language, Kumar, that is Kumar, is coded as LVNBS, how the word emotional coded in that language? Now, the question should be very clear to you all that Kumar is a word which is coded in some certain manner, comes out to be LVNBS. Now you are supposed to find the method, the approach through which this code is made. So I'll explain it very calmly. So first you need to measure, or you need to see how the K of Kumar is coded as L. So you already know the place value of K, that is 11, and the place value of L, that is 12. So addition of 1 is there. So each and every word, after K you are supposed to add 1, after U you are supposed to add 1. In a similar manner you'll get the complete code. Here is the diagram for the same. If I add 1 in K, you'll get L. If I add U plus 1, that comes out to be V. M plus 1, that comes out to be N. A plus 1, that comes out to be B. R plus 1, that comes out to be S. This is how you are going to get the response. For the Kumar, we already have the response. Now our responsibility and the question is to find the response for emotional. So we all know if we add 1 in E, we'll get F. If we add 1 in M, we get N, and so on. We'll get the complete code as F, N, P, U, J, P, O, B, M. And this is going to be our answer, which is in option B of the question. Okay, I hope the question is clear and the method is clear. The only thing that they are doing out here is adding or moving or writing a step forward word. Like after E, we'll have F, after M, we'll have N, after O, we'll have P. In the similar manner, they have coded the complete emotional word. Okay, I hope this concept is very clear to each and everyone. Now we'll move to the next question, which comes up with a new concept. Now I'll read the question first as I do earlier. If in any code language CLERK, clerk, is coded as AHYJA, then how the word job will be coded in that language? Now, as I mentioned earlier, you have to look how C is related to A, how L is related to H. Now, you know the place value of C is 3. You know the place value of A is 1. So, -2 is there. For L, you know the place value, that is 12. For H, you know the place value, that is 8. So, -4 is there. If I talk about E, how E is related to Y, and how R is related to J, and how K is related to A. We are going to look all these things with the help of this diagram. I hope the diagram is clear. For C, if we subtract 2, we'll get A. For L, if we subtract 4, we'll get H. For E, if we subtract 6, we'll get Y. For R, if we subtract 8, we'll get J. So what exactly happening? Initially, we are adding 1 on each and every letter. For this particular case, we are reducing the number, that too with a gap of 2. Okay, so we are supposed to follow the same sequence or the same pattern for the question word, that is job. For J, we'll subtract 2. For O, we'll subtract -4. For B, we'll subtract -6. If any other letter will be there after B, so we'll be subtracting -8, -10, -12 and so on. For that, we get our response as HKV. So this is our answer. This is our coded word now, which is our option number B. So I have explained both the concepts, in which the first is the simple addition. The second one is the subtraction or subtraction of the number, that too with a different gap. Okay. Now note, you have to make a note, because the question that we are going to deal with now is a bit difficult as compared to what we did earlier. The sum of alphabet in order or in reverse is 27 as explained below. Okay. Now you can see this. We have a question. As I mentioned, everything we are going to learn it with the help of a question. So this question is here. If in any code language, national, the word national is written as M, Z, G, R, L, M, N, L, M, Z, O. So here, how the word Jaipur is going to be coded? In the same manner, the way the word national is coded. So again, you have to find the relation of first letter with the first coded letter, the second letter with the second coded letter. For that, I'll explain something. We have already read this part, that the sum of the reversal part is 27. So we are going to use the same concept. For N and M, we know that N has a place value of 14 and M has a place value of 13. So we know M plus N is equals to 13 plus 14. Now what we are getting is 27. This is what we read earlier, right? So we are going to use the same concept to code the complete word national. You can see here, if I take national N, so for the place value of N is 14, M is 13 and we are getting 27. In the similar manner, we'll do each and everything. The last letter is L and its place value is 12 and the total sum is 27. So the another letter that we are going to get is 15, that is O, right? So what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to write the place value and subtract it from 27. Then we'll get the another word, another place value, and that place value will relate to some letter. 13 belongs to M, 26 belongs to Z, 7 belongs to G, 18 belongs to R, 12 belongs to L and so on, 15 belongs to O. This is how we are coding the word national into this word, right? Now I'll move to the question word. The question word is Jaipur. We all know that J has a place value of 10. Just to make it 27, what we are supposed to add? That is 17. On the 17th place, we have Q as a letter. So J will be coded as Q. The similar manner, A will be coded as Z, I will be coded as R, P will be coded as K, and U will be coded as F. The last one is R, which will be coded as I. In the similar manner, if we follow, we eventually get our response, that is Q, Z, R, K, F, I, which is our option number A in the question. I hope the question is clear. That was based on the addition of place value with the reversible place value. Okay, I hope you understand. Now we'll move to our next concept with the help of our next question, as I mentioned earlier as well. So first I'll read the question. If the code for the word allowance is Z, N, K, P, V, B, M, D, D, then what will be the code for the word dearness? For the word dearness, again, you have to find the relation of A with Z. Then you have to check the relation of L with N. Then you have to check the relation of again L with K. Now you see 2L having two responses. So what exactly happening? That we'll understand with the help of a diagram. So here A is coded as Z. That is by subtracting value 1 here. I hope you get it. Then L is coded as M by addition of 1. This is something what we learned in the first concept. In the first concept, we are discussing about adding 1 in each and every letter. But this time what we are doing, first we are subtracting 1, then we are adding 1, then we are subtracting, then we are adding, and follow till the last letter. So eventually we'll get the code of allowance as this. Now we'll directly jump to the question word, that is dearness. For the D, as we read in the previous word, we'll subtract 1 first. That will land us to C. Then in E, we'll add 1. That is F. For A, -1. For R, +1. For N, again -1. For E, again +1. For S, -1. And for the second S, we are going to have +1. Eventually, we'll get our code as C, F, Z, S, M, F, R, and T. So this is our option number D in the question. I hope this concept is clear to everyone. Those who are facing any problem can directly get back and learn the concept and then start solving questions. In the end of the session, we'll provide few questions that will help you in your practice. First, understand the concept here. Now, as I mentioned, we'll have different questions with different concepts. So now we'll move to the next concept with the help of a next question. This is totally different kind of thing. We have seen that the word rat, R-A-T, is coded as 42. And the word cat is coded as 57. Now we need to understand these kind of questions, how we approach these kind of questions. First and the foremost, as I always mentioned in my first lecture as well, during series completion, you must aware of the place value of each and every word along with the reversible place values. So for all, we know R belongs to 18, right? A belongs to 1 and the latter T, that belongs to 20. We know our trick, that is T20 correctly. But what we are seeing, we are getting 42. We are not even getting close to our answer. So now, if this thing is not working, check the reversible order as well. So I'll show you with the help of the given answer. We know that if we check the reverse order of Z, we'll get 1. For Y, we'll get 2. For X, we'll get 3. But what actually happens? For A, we are getting 1. For B, we are getting 2. And for C, we are getting 3. Now we are already reversed the order. So for C, we are getting 24. For B, we are getting 25. And for A, now it is 26. So the word rat, initially we are getting 18 for R. Now it is 9 because it is reversed in order. For A, it is not now 1, it is 26. A is replaced with the value Z. And for T, it is not 20, now it is going to be 7. I hope the thing is clear. And on addition of all three numbers, we are getting 42. Right? Hope the concept is clear. So we'll similarly use the concept in the question word. and our question word is late. For L, we know what is the reversible value, that is 15. I hope that you all are aware of this. For A, it is 26. For T, we have just read, it is 7. And for E, that is going to be 22. Right? And on addition of everything, we are getting 70, which is our option number B. You can see here clearly, right? On addition of these things, we are getting 70, we are getting our answer. This is another kind of question that appears when you are dealing with coding decoding. Now we'll move to the next question as well as the next concept. Now this is a different concept, totally different from other 5 that we have did till now. This question says, if the word Ajay is written as 1117, then the same code NAMA would be written as. Now you can directly relate the word A with A, its place value. For Z, we know the place value, that is 10. So what you will do, you will add both the numbers, that is 1 plus 0, eventually you will get 1. So this is how this is related. Again for A, it is 1. Again for Y, Y stand for how? YZ, Y stand for 25. Just add them, you'll get 7, right? So you are getting your response as 117. For NAMA, what we will do? We'll do the same thing. For N, we know the place value is 14. So 1 plus 4 is 5. So we are getting 5. For A, it is 1. For M, it is 13. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So we are getting 4. For A, again 1. So our answer is 5141. Hope the concept is clear. Now we are using place value and adding them. This is a different kind of question. Initially we are using place value by reversing them. So anything can be there. It's totally depend on the question. So we are covering each and every question so that you have good practice of the same. So eventually you'll get the answer. Now the question number 7 with the 7th concept now. Here we are using the place value again. It is clearly mentioned in the question that 1 is coded as A, 2 is coded as B, 3 is coded as C. Now the word flower. So you must aware of the place value of each and every word, right? So I have already discussed many times about the place value. So we'll directly jump to the answer part. We know that F is coded as 6, L is coded as 12, O is coded as 15, W is coded as 23, 5, E is coded as 5 and R is coded as 18. If you write them all together, eventually get this as your answer. Okay, 6 is for F, 12 is for L, O for 15, Y for 23. In the same manner, you're going to get your answer. I hope it is clear. Till now we have discussed 7 questions, 7 concepts, and I hope this is very helpful for you. Now we'll move to the next question, which comes with a new concept. Every time we are discussing something new. So 8th question is saying something. First we'll read the question carefully. If the animal which can walk are called as swimmers. Mark the words. The animal which can walk are called swimmers. The animal which can crawl are called flying. And those which live in water are called snake. Right? And those who can fly are known as hunters. Then what will be called a lizard? So my friend, you all are aware that lizard is in the habit of crawling, right? Lizard is in the habit of crawling. So for the animal, those who crawl, we call them as flying. So your answer going to be D, flying. I hope this question is very clear. It is a simple reading question. You need to understand what the animal, those who crawl, are coded as. So the animal, those who are crawling, are coded as flying here in this question. So our answer will be D, that is flying. This is again the answer part. Okay. Now, next question. Next concept, we'll learn it. Okay. If KNRLINHEN, this word is stand for everything is fine. Mark this. Everything is fine. The second thing is NSOONELIN stand for there is something, and KSANSOWNO stand for ask something now. Now you are supposed to find what there is stand for. In this question, we'll compare, we'll find something is common. How we are going to find this? We know that is here, is also here. Nothing else is common in between both these things. So we need to find out between this and this what is common. That is your lin. So is stand for lin. In this manner we are going to find out. Okay. So lin is common in first two sentences. So it stands for lin is common for both the sentences. So it stands for is. Okay. This is first. NOS is common in the last two sentences that we have. That is ask for something now. Here also we have NOS. Here also we have NOS, right? So for that it means it stands for something. NOS is stand for something. So it is clearly understandable from the question that the second statement there stand for ONS. I hope this question is clear. So answer will be C. Right? We just need to find out the common values and give their name, and we'll eventually find our answer. Okay. Now move to the next question. That is question number 10 with a different kind of concept. Eventually what we are using numerical letters, we are using alphabets in order to get closer to our answer, in order to find the concept behind it. Okay. So now the question number 10 says, in a code language 157 means mother always lovable. Now you understand, we have three numerical word letters and eventually we'll have three words. In the same manner, 619 means always happy future. This question is pretty similar to the previous one that we have done. Okay. The next letter is 952, which means mother very happy. Mother very happy. Then what does the word future stand for? First we need to understand where is future. Here is future. Now we need to understand what is the exact word for future. We are going to use the same concept. Right. 157 means this. 619 means this. 952 means mother very happy. We have 3 points, or we can say 3 points, right? Now from first two, always means 1. How we are able to figure out? In this and this, always is common, right? And which letter is common? That is 1. So always stand for 1. The second one, from first and third, happy means 9. Listen, from first and third, which is common? 5. Right? The word that is common is happy or mother. Right? So what we'll get? Happy means 9. Future means 6. So our answer is B. We'll easily get closer to our answer. That is future. That means 6. I hope you get the question. I hope you came to know how we are comparing both the values. Right? Now, till now we have discussed multiple questions, 10 in number. So we'll move to the next question. That is question number 11. With the sum 11 to 14, now we're going to cover 5 questions together. Right? And here in 5 questions, we are going to understand something different that we haven't done till now. So, read the question carefully. Each letter corresponds to a single digit, but not necessarily in the same order. Now, what we are supposed to do? Initially, we are comparing words with a letter. Now, we are supposed to compare letter with a digit. So, how you are going to calculate this? For that, my friends, you need to understand. Like if I talk about the word B, First of all, B is appearing here, B is appearing here, B is appearing here, and B is appearing here as well, right? So first compare in between this word and this word, which letters are common, which digits are common. 6 and 5. So now our B is going to be between 5 and 6. Now compare between this and this. Which is common? Only 5 is common. So our B is going to be 5. In the same manner, if we compare each and every word with their digit, so we'll eventually find every alphabet with a single or a unique digit, right? So I'll directly jump to, we'll skip the question for now. I'll directly take you to the questions or the letter that we are getting, right? So I'll take you to the end part, right? I'll read it one by one. So code B is 5. We have already calculated, as both are present in 1, 3, 2 and 5. In 4 different words it is present. E is coded as 1 in the same manner. I is coded as 2. L is coded as 0. K is coded as 6. We all know how we are calculating all this. The way we calculate the value of B. In the same manner, N is coded as 3. P is coded as 4. T is coded as 8. And the last two are V is coded as 9. X is coded as 7. Now we get each and every value for each and every alphabet. Here you can see every letter having their own digits. Every letter now. Now we are supposed to answer few questions. Right? I'll directly take you back to the question. That is question number 11. Find the value of bike. B-I-K-E. Right? Just move to the place B-I-K-E. For B we have 5. For I we have 2. For K we have 6. For E we have 1. 5261 is our answer. Just check whether this option is there or not. Here see, you can see option number 1. You have your answer. In the same manner, if you use the value of PIN and NIP and add them with the help of simple mathematical operation, that is addition, you will get closer to your answer. Now we'll directly jump to the answer part. Okay, so this is there. If we add two numbers, we are getting 747. If we are subtracting by putting their values in question number 13, we are getting minus 1000. And if we are using the place values that we have calculated here in the 14th question, eventually we are getting, by using simple mathematical operation of plus and minus, we are getting 2738. 2738. Right? Now I hope this concept is also clear. Till question number 14, we have already studied 10 different concepts. 10 different concepts. Now we'll move to few more questions which are dealing with some different kind of concept. Now this direction is for question number 15 to 16 or 15 and 16. So whenever a direction is given, you make sure to read it properly. So I'll read it for you in this session, that in each question there is a word written in capital letters with one letter underlined. Okay. For each letter in that word, there is a code written in small letters. That code is denoted by capital A in bracket, capital B in bracket, capital C in bracket, capital D in bracket, or capital E in bracket. Not in the same order. Just mark it, not in the same order. You have to find it now. You have to find out the exact code for the underlined letter in the word. The number of that code is the answer. Please note that the same letter appears in other word may be differently coded. So we have totally understand the question. We'll move to the question part. So the word that they are talking about is magic, with the letters M, A, G, I and C. We need to know how we get closer to the answer now. We need the code for G. So for that, what you can do? For that, let's say M. We'll take an example of M. How we can get M, and we are getting close to M. Right? Let's just do something. If I add plus 2 in M, what we are getting? We are getting O. So let's mark it as 1. If we are adding plus 2 in O, what we are getting? We are getting Q. So eventually what we are getting? We are getting either O or Q. Right? So OQ is written somewhere? Yes, this one. So this is the code for M. What we are looking for? Code for G. So we'll do same thing with a G as well. With G, if we plus 2, what will we having? I. Right? And if in I we are adding 2, what we are getting? K. So eventually the code is I, K. This is our answer. In this manner, you are supposed to calculate the code for a word like this. I'll take another example for you of the same kind so that you'll have good idea of how to tackle with these questions. It is not always about adding 2 or subtracting, adding 2 and adding 2 again. It may take subtractions as well. But for the sake of your ease, we'll take review of the answer. If we add M plus 2, O plus 2, we are getting OP, and eventually for the question G plus 2, I plus 2, we are getting IK. So we are getting close to our answer. Now we'll look quickly to the next question, which is of the same kind. Now we need to find the code for Q. For that, as Q is the first letter, just write it Q. Just you are supposed to start with the basic imagination, right? How we can get close to the Q? If we are using the previous one, plus 2, what we are getting? S. After that, what we are getting? Plus 2. U. We are getting it, right? SU or V, sorry. Right, SV. But SV is not there. Now, what we can do is, for Q, let's do one thing. Minus 1. What we are getting? P. If we are doing plus 1 in Q, what we are getting? R. So eventually we are getting PR. Is PR is available in the answer? Right, is PR is option D. So this is one odd method we can find, or we can directly write P plus 2, that is also R. Right, in any of the method, either this one or this one, we are going to get close to our answer, right? So I'll directly take you to the answer part. Now they are using the second one, Q minus 1, Q minus 1, that is P, and P plus 2 is R. Eventually we are getting PR. U minus 1, T, and T plus 2 is V, TV. I minus 1 is H, H plus 2 is J, IJ, we are getting it. T minus 1, S, and plus 2 is U, we are getting SI. It is going to be SU, just correct it. Okay, it's going to be SU. Okay, E minus 1, that is D, and D plus 2 is F, so we are getting DF. So our answer is option number D, that is PR. Here is option D. Okay, I have already marked it. So these are the possible kind of questions that can be asked to you during an exam in coding decoding section. Now, as I have mentioned about 12 different concepts with the help of 16 questions. Now, what is your responsibility? Your responsibility is to revise them, revise the concept with the help of the video, and then go and attempt the practice questions. I have practice question attached with this video only with the name of practice exercise. Right, with the name of practice exercise. Right, we are having multiple questions here. You are supposed to identify how the word target is associated with this coded one, and the same method will be used to code victory, and you'll eventually get your answer out of 4 options. I hope the complete session is amazing for you. You understand the concepts, you understand the different questions, and definitely if you are facing any problem, we are going to cover them in the further sessions. Okay, so thank you for this session. Have a nice day, students.